Unforgivable?
No, unforgettable.
My name is young Franco. I'm from Australia and I DJ produce. I never travel without one of those like little sleep masks. Maybe do like a big yawn like that. Oh. Favorite movie soundtrack has to probably be the Blues Brothers soundtrack because we're in Chicago. The first YouTube video I watched was The Evolution of Dance. Do you guys remember that one? He would go into different songs and it was a classic. I listened to the Ezra Collective album recently. Aisle seat, so you can get just like that little bit of like leg room. Yeah, aisle seat for sure. Oh, I played at the Opera House. That was pretty cool. The Sydney Opera House, sorry. Blackout shades. And comfy, like medium comfy pillows. 24-hour room service. I'll always have a coffee in the morning. And when I'm home, I'll try to go for a run or for a swim or something. I'll get a cappuccino. In Australia, they're good, but they're different here. Cappuccinos are different here. So I'll get a latte here. I think it's like this, the amount of milk and the espresso shot. I think there's, I don't know. I'm not sure. I haven't quite clued in yet. Summer's the favorite season because I feel like in most places when summer hits, everyone's out and about. There's a lot more things going on. You can go swimming, go to the beach, do a lot more stuff. I am enjoying stuff at 1:30 is really fun. Like that, like 1:28, 1:30 dance, and then 101. I love using Google Maps. I love like pinning different locations around different cities and just like when I land in that city, I'll have like all these cool places I can go to. Oh, I'm crocheting a little bit because I broke my wrist, so I want to get like the mobility back again. I'm happy to travel for it. I love whenever I'm inspired by a city, I find it like the easiest to get work done. Also, it's usually with the people I'm working with. If I'm excited about their music, it like flows pretty easily. I'm enjoying a lot of like sounds coming out of the UK at the moment, like UK funky, bit of garage, a lot of Latin sounds, like everything. A little bit of indie too, like love the Claro album. Yeah. I think even just going with your gut is always a little bit of a risk. But I think if you believe in the music, you can I think that's the most important thing. I really liked, and this isn't even musical, I think watching the 3 Lord of the Rings as a kid, I was like, wow, this is pretty good. It's never truly finished, but the trick is you gotta like let it go. I think it's sort of finished once it's up on the internet. That's the only way. I don't take enough clothes. Usually I get caught out. There'll be a situation where I'm on my last t-shirt, on my last undies, on my last socks, and I'm like, this is not good. I'd love to travel more of South America. I'd love to do more of Southeast Asia and do a bit of Korea. I definitely hear melodies and like cadences because in dance music it's so much of, I think the vocal can sometimes be a percussive instrument in itself. So yeah, I'm thinking more methodically and more instrumentational. Copenhagen. Had a really good time in Copenhagen. And then San Francisco is always amazing too. considering we're in elevator music, I reckon I'll probably Zach Fox, 1 tablespoon, Fatboy Slim. In collaboration, I look for, I just like I like their music, and that's all it needs to be. If I like their music and I'm excited about it, I'll just be keen to get in. Most unforgettable moment was probably flying into New York for the first time. I thought that was pretty cool. That was a really exciting moment for me. It was the first movie I watched as a kid, and I was like, it had all this different music in it and was like pretty cool to watch as a kid. And I just thought it was really fun, and had a lot of all these like cool, like Dan Aykroyd's amazing and John Belushi is pretty sick. So I think it's a classic. And to come here is cool. To come to Chicago and be in the city is fun. The Young Franco sound, I think, is just an extension of what I'm listening to like day to day, and whatever I'm listening to, I'm like really enjoying. I like love so many different genres, and if I can sort of like capture those moments of things that I'm inspired by, that's basically it. I have when like people ask this question about like wild tour stories, it's like pretty much you're just flying in and flying out and playing a show. Like nothing that comes to mind. I love using Ableton. I try and keep it pretty simple, but also I think underrated my car speakers, because I listen to a lot of music on them. I loved a lot of New York rap, a lot of Tribe Called Quest and De La Soul, and that was kind of my first initial like entry into music, like learning how to scratch and hip hop DJs and stuff, and that sort of opened up into like dance music, I guess. I think in areas I have bad taste, I know there's some bad taste, but I have bad sense of direction. So maybe a bad taste in direction, if that counts. It would be a factual book. What do they call those? By non-fiction. I would do something on maybe like Australian music, history of Australian music, maybe Brisbane. The Bee Gees are from Brisbane. I think More Than a Woman is good. I think between that, Staying Alive's, Saturday Night Fever, you can't pick them. I want to see in the elevator next my friend Parallel. He's over in the UK, so that's my my nomination.